My name is Jessica James, and you're listening to The Incoherent Fangirl.
Welcome to the Incoherent Fangirl.
Where if you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll notice I got new hair.
You got new hair.
I did. It's weird.
Hey. Oh, I forgot. It's our second week back. I'm Mandy of Barcelona.
I'm Karen of Shanghai. Welcome back to the podcast.
Woohoo!
In our timeline, it is January 22nd. It feels like it's January 510. Truly. And in y'all's timeline, it's January 30th.
It's my baby niece's birthday party tomorrow, and then for y'all, and then in another
couple
few
weeks,
days, a couple days, she'll be.
Yeah. Well, and then a couple weeks after that is the twins, isn't it?
They will be 17.
That's unreal.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Unreal.
One of them texted me a few days ago on the 17th and said, "Hey guys, 1 month until my birthday." I said, "This is harassment." She said, "No, it's not." I said, "Well, I feel harassed."
It's the golden birthday.
Yeah.
You gotta do something
so excited.
fun. That's also Lunar New Year.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the year of the snake to be over.
And so I was texting with Lauren the other day, and we were just talking about like year of the snake. Oh, you know what it was? There's this group or company or whoever that is supposedly, it's called Asian American Girls Club, and they're supposed
Yeah.
Have you seen? And they just released a collection that's exclusively sold at Target, and it's like,
no.
Are you fucking kidding me? They posted the announcement, getting ripped apart in the comments, turned off comments. I saw a video. I was like, I don't know how to articulate what I need to say about this. And then there was somebody I saw on Instagram posted a whole video, and I was like, this is it. This is everything. I reshared it, and Lauren commented on it, and that's how we got it started talking. And we were like so upset because it's like, the shit is cute. But also,
you don't want to there's a boycott, but I did see, I guess at the beginning of the boycott, obviously I can't speak for any people of color at all, but I saw that some people were saying my black owned business is in Target.
Right.
Go buy that.
Right.
Show them that these businesses are important and diversity is important. Only spend your money.
Right, but those were already like completed collabs. Like they were ready to go.
That's a good
out.
point. That's a good
point.
This
one, they said that they were working on this for 2 years. You had plenty of time to back out.
Yeah, yeah.
You chose not to.
So have they said anything, or are they just turning off comments and ignoring
They turned off comments. They haven't made it as far as I've seen. I unfollowed them, so maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen any statements or anything.
I didn't see that it was I didn't see the Target thing. I just saw like
it was they announced a collaboration with Target, and they were like, "We're so excited, and we've been working on this for the past 2 years." And the comments were tearing them apart because like, we're not shopping. Yeah. And it's like, and everybody that I've talked to is like, why not? Like, yeah, okay, it's great to get into a big business like that, but like, why not just sell off you literally can't keep your website in stock. You sell out.
Why not go to Costco?
Really, seriously.
Just saying, Costco exists and they're wonderful. So,
and yeah, I was just at Costco, and all of the Lunar New Year food is there, and it makes me
I have to go to Costco.
Go get the pineapple cakes and moon cake.
I can't go this weekend because there's an ice storm headed for us.
No, but you have time. You have time. You have time. You have like just under a month. Like you have time.
Yeah, I'll go next weekend or the weekend after.
But yes. That's very exciting.
They had
Anyways.
No, they didn't have it. They had Lunar New Year stuff on a video at Disney, like Disneyland. And when I was like, I didn't see any of this at Disney Springs.
I am so excited. We're going to be at Disney on the 16th and 17th.
Yay!
So like because my daughter's birthday is the 14th, and we'll be down in San Diego I'm assisting Angela again for Love Lit Con, and then which is the 13th to the 15th, and so 16 and 17 we're going to be at Disneyland because there's a 3-day park hopper right now for California residents, and it's $240 for a
Oh,
3-day
that's
park hopper.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I got to do that. So we'll do 2 days for her birthday, and then she has her spring break falls in the timeline of Food and Wine. So we're gonna come back in April for Food and
Yay.
Wine, and that's also after Bluey and Bingo come to Disneyland.
Oh my gosh, you're just hitting
So
everything.
yeah, so far, Year of the Horse, it's looking great.
Better than Year of the Snake.
I'm like,
I looked it up. The next one's not until like 2049 or something like
oh
that.
yeah, because there's
2050.
like 11 of them.
Thank
12
God.
of them. I don't, there's so many. We've got time. No, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Year of the Horse, it better be good because like look how good friends I am with Lauren and she's Year of the Horse. So like,
Lauren, I'm
come
sorry.
on. Come
Year of
on.
the Snake was awful for me.
Yeah.
So,
But
and I'm Year of
yeah,
the Snake. Your mom was right.
it was
It's not,
rough.
it's bad luck.
I was like everything that she told me, my mom told me to do to ward off bad luck. I'm like, I did all of that.
I did all the things. I did
I did
everything you told me
everything
to
you
do.
told me to do.
Ah,
I'm like, I'm
took
gonna
this
do it
year
even
away from
harder
me.
this year.
Yes.
Maybe next episode I'll bring a list of things that you should
I know you
do,
gave me a
should and
list
should
last
not
year of
do.
like
I
what not
know.
to wear because like
I was like,
we weren't supposed to wear red, but everyone else was or something like that, or we
yes,
were.
we were
Yeah.
supposed to wear white, I think it was, because
Yeah, I
we were
did
Year of
that.
the Snake. And I was like, don't wash your hair, don't sweep, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, I did everything you asked of me. I
Please.
did everything you
Please,
asked of
Chinese
me.
zodiac. I told someone about that. It may have been my boss. I told somebody the other day, like, the Year of the Snake is just like your Chinese zodiac year is cursed. Okay,
It
trust
was a
me. My best
struggle.
friend's
We
mom told us.
struggled. We struggled through that year. Also, I'm just realizing, are you wearing your Georgie shirt?
I am, and
I'm
I've got
obsessed.
Georgie.
Sweet
Josh wore
boy.
his too. I'll tell more about it in a minute. But
Yes,
yeah, we
we
had to wear
should
our Georgie shirts
we
today.
should probably move on. All of this to say, January has been 11,000 years long,
Yes, I cannot
and we're
believe it's still
really
January.
excited for it to be over soon.
Get away
So
from us.
anyways, we're moving on. This week in fangirling. Oh, Mandy, how was your week?
Started out pretty great, and then today, yesterday, and the day before took a turn. So I guess I'll start with the horrible. We thought that we were going to lose the show dog, like 100%. I thought
It's
that we were
been
gonna,
a
yeah,
scary
it's,
week.
I sobbed all day yesterday, all day. Like when we left the vet, like those, can't
Hmm.
catch your breath, just wailing. So my husband, my poor husband. Um, so we found out recently he's had a heart murmur for a few years. It was always stage 2 out of 6. Well, recently he started having some more issues and it's progressed to a 4 out of 6. Um, my vet did an EKG, x-rays, blood work. She sent it all to a cardiologist who said he doesn't need meds yet. They're looking at a report on a screen. So he starts having like labored breathing, really bad coughs. He would cough in the morning, like for 5-10 minutes, and then he was fine all day, playing, doing whatever. And so we just thought, we really didn't think anything of it. We just thought like, so a lot of
Yeah.
people have to clear their throat in the morning. We went to Florida last week, whatever weekend before last weekend.
Hmm.
And when we got back, his cough had gone from a little bit in the morning to 24/7. There was one thing I had used a fragrance diffuser that I got for Christmas. I had plugged it in, immediately unplugged that because I was like, maybe this is it.
Yeah.
Josh took him to the vet. That's when we found out the murmur had progressed. The cardiologist didn't want to put him on meds. Since then, the cough has been like up and down. He wasn't sleeping at night, just hacking his lungs up. Um, we called his vet. I've been emailing with her, and she said, "You know what? The cardiologist sees paper or a computer screen. I see him and I hear him. I want to start him on at least one heart med." And she put him on an antibiotic and a cough syrup. He's on like a whole host of meds. But yesterday morning, he was like gasping for air, panting, and like crying all at once. It was like he looked like he was dying. It was horrific, and there's nothing you can do. And I emailed his vet videos, and normally she responds around lunchtime. So he was under a chair in front of my desk from where I work. So I was like leaning down every 5 seconds to make sure he was still breathing. Like it was horrible. I call at lunchtime and they say she's out of office today. She's off on Wednesdays. Um, Bring him up here and another vet will see him. We get him up there. The other vet says, looking at the way he's breathing now, I cannot believe he's alive. He gave him a Hail Mary shot of the same heart medicine we've been giving him, but in a double dose. He said, if it's going to work, it'll work within 2 to 4 hours. He said, so call me. He gave us his card with his cell number because it'd be after hours. He said, call me in 4 hours. If it helps, then I want you, once if he starts getting bad or needs another dose, double the dose you've been giving him.
Mm-hmm.
It did help. He was able to sleep. He didn't need any more until about 2 a.m. I gave it to him. He went right back to sleep. We went to his vet today, though, thinking it was going to be like,
yeah,
the meds, we can't give him an injection every day, blah, blah, blah. This is what it is. That was not the conversation. She added some more meds. She gave him another injection. She changed up a dosage. She's adding some things that she thinks that if a cardiologist looked at him would add. He's here, snoozing in my lap. I thought today was going to be the worst day of my life.
Yeah,
I did, because this is I don't even want to say soulmate. We have the same soul.
yeah.
Like we have the same soul. And so I thought I was going to lose a piece of my soul today. I was not doing well. When we walked into the vet yesterday, she was like, she recognized the girl at the desk, recognized Georgie, and she was like, what's going on? And I was like, I can't talk about it. And just weeping, crying, cried all night. But he's still here. I told her I will never be selfish when it comes to him.
Right.
I want all the time. I will never be ready to give him up. But if he's going to suffer, I will do whatever to end that suffering. But I said, but if there are positive days, I want those. And she said, I still think there are good days. She said, he's an old dog. He's never going to be a puppy again. Right. He's never going to be a 5-year-old again. But she said, I do think that he can have quality time left. That's all we want.
That's all I need.
All I need. So we both wore our George Bailey shirts to the vet. We've loved. I took the day off, and we just loved on him all day.
Yeah.
I wanted to take him for a pup cup and do. He can't have any treats like that.
Oh, baby.
His salt intake and all of that. We got to really watch what he's eating. So
yeah. Mandy texted me. She was like, I thought I was not going to be well. I was going to beg you to just do it by yourself. I'm like, girl, I would have canceled, rescheduled, and found the first flight out. Like, what are you talking about?
I was like there's a very real possibility that I will be in no shape to record.
Yeah.
But I am happy to report my baby is still with us, and it's given us the nudge that love on him.
Yeah.
We always do, but take care of him, spoil him, spend every second with him, because he won't be with us forever. And as much as I hate that, we know we have time now, and we're always going to be angry about Harry Potter and the way he passed.
Yeah.
He's had a long life.
Yeah.
He's traveled. He's not being robbed of time like Harry was.
Right.
He's had a long life. He's had his health issues. He's bounced back from them. He's traveled. He's been the show dog. He's, done all of these things. So I'm just happy he's with us.
Same.
So yeah, that's the bulk of my week, because I've been a wreck over this dog. this past weekend though, I watched People We Meet on Vacation. It's the Emily Henry book adaptation, which was adapted by Yulin Kwong, which love
Love
her.
her.
It was excellent, except for the fact that they took out a scene that I really loved. It's
Oh.
fine. Just know if you watch the movie, just know that Book Alex carried Poppy down a freaking mountain. The notes that I have, Coriolanus Snow as Alex Nielsen took me a minute. It took me a minute.
That's fair.
My husband was
fair.
like, "No, he's Billy the Kid to me." Like, so I guess he's on another show.
Okay.
Another note, no one, and I text you this, no one, and I mean no one, not even me, is wearing jeans, let alone jeans and a buttoned up button down over a t-shirt, or jeans and a denim jacket in New Orleans on summer vacation. No
Absolutely
one.
not.
No.
Absolutely not.
And not a glisten, not a drop of sweat. And they're sitting at Cafe du Monde outside.
Not a fucking chance.
Baby.
I could have taken off my skin in August in NOLA and still been dying.
Right.
Like,
there's not a thing. Someone needs to have a talk with that
costume. Yeah. Whoever,
like, know your environment.
Whoever dressed them has no clue. No clue.
Very cute outfits. No.
Not accurate.
I might be obsessed with Emily Bader. She is so beautiful. And then the last note is the moment I thought, I wonder if Emily Henry is going to make a cameo. She literally appeared on the screen.
I love it.
It was so funny. It was like, oh.
I love it. I love when the authors make a cameo.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Like, it's funny because, like, I don't remember if it was like the first time or a different time when Beth and I were watching Crazy Rich Asians. It might have been the second time because I didn't want to interrupt her experience the first time. But like there's a scene where it's really quick, but you can see Kevin Kwan like in it. And I was like, I love that.
Her cameo is quick too, but it's slow enough that if you know her face. Yeah. But it was just funny that like the second I had the thought, because it was getting towards the end of the movie.
Right.
The second I had the thought, it was like she pops up on the screen. I was like,
you manifested it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm continuing my Vanderpump re-binge. Last night I was like, Georgie, you want to go watch our show? And he like ran up to the pillows and like plopped down. Like, yes, I'm sat.
I love it.
Rachel has sorry, buddy. Your pillow shifted.
He's like, you said my name. Are we watching our show? What's happening, Mama?
Well, he knows. Sorry, you didn't have to see that. Sorry, you had to see that. Being exposed.
Oh my God.
Rachel has entered the chat, and it is interesting to see how everyone interacted years before Scandival.
Oh,
Rachel. I just realized I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Whoops. Oh. I ran out the door for a doctor's appointment this morning.
The fact that you're like dressed and prepared for this and have your makeup on is like,
I put it on like 5 minutes before.
I'm like, let's be real.
Okay. We also did a fun little shopping day with my sister and the kids. Her 3 babies now. Josh met us because we did some stuff before, and then she came and picked me up. We did our separate things, and then Josh came and met us at our outdoor mall. I got all the 2.5-week-old baby snuggles. I got her first Loungefly. And then I got my 6-year-old niece. She shows up wearing a Huntrix sweatshirt and Huntrix pants. And so we got her a Saja Boys book bag. Backpack, like it was like a Loungefly. My husband was pissed that it was not a Loungefly because he's a snob. And if she hadn't been standing there, we wouldn't have bought it because of the fact that it wasn't a Loungefly. And it was more expensive than the Loungefly. Okay. Got her that, and then we got her a couple of like button pins and a mystery pin that she put on them. She was so excited.
Aww.
One of us. And then I got my nephew this little learning bus thing because I was like, I've gotten the girls little presents. I need to get him something. took him into Barnes and Noble in the toy section, and he lunges forward for this bus. He's in the stroller, starts pulling it, but it's like big. It's bigger than him in the box, pulling it. And he's going, help me, help me. It was like, that's the toy you want. Okay.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Yeah, he was sweet. We got to go eat. It was a really good day. It was a really fun day. We
That's
need to
good.
do that more often.
Yeah.
She got her father-daughter dance dress, by the way. It is
Yay.
very, very precious. And then I'm almost done. I've been listening to For Our Next Song by Jessica James. More on that later.
Mhm.
That was my week. It's been a harrowing and emotional week. Fuck Year of the Snake. I'm ready for my bad luck to be over. What did you do this week?
I am continuing my reread. I read Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, which is the sequel to These Violent Delights. It's technically the end of the duology, but as we know, there is more in the world. Um, so I can't say much, obviously, because it's a sequel, but I apparently wrote notes. So I'm going to read what I wrote because I don't remember what I wrote. The monster of Shanghai may be gone, but political turmoil still plagues the city. Romeo and Juliet are wildly at odds after the events of the last book, but unfortunately they're tasked with teaming up by their fathers, who are the heads of their respective gangs, to figure out who is trying to blackmail both gangs and take over the city. And I have already said this. Technically, it's the end of the duology and wraps up as such, but of course we know there's a spin-off duology and a set of novellas, so is this the last we see of Roma, Juliet, and the gang? Spoiler alert, absolutely not. I loved it. I forget how abruptly it ends, but like also satisfyingly. Like
Yeah.
the last chapter is like, oh, and then all of a sudden it's the epilogue, and I'm like, oh right, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
But the epilogue really makes up for like the last chapter because it very much is like, okay, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always fun to revisit this. I mean, this is the first time I've reread it, but like I love it. I still love it.
Yeah.
So
Why do you
yay.
think I've read Throne of Glass? I think this is
Yeah.
the third or fourth time. Like,
It's like it's also really fun to like see like because we know from the novellas and from, you know, like the Foul Lady Fortune duology, like what happens to these characters. And it's like fun to see the pairings before they become, and then like
it's
it happening. And
it's
it's like,
also
oh,
fun to see, like, because you don't know what things are foreshadowing.
right,
So it's
right,
fun to be like, oh,
right.
I
Yeah,
got
like,
that.
right. Because like the first read through, I'm like, wait, she did what? And then like
Yeah.
going through it now, I'm like, oh, she was hinting at that the whole
Yeah.
time that
She
she was
knew.
gonna do
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, no, it's really fun. So I read that. I read The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan, which is book 5 of the Trials of Apollo series. It's also the last book in the series. We follow the series follows Apollo, who has been stripped of his godly powers, put into a human body of a boy named Lester Papadopoulos by Zeus. As he thinks some sort of punishment. We find out in this book exactly what was happening. But so he has been going through for 5 books trying to like his arch nemesis has taken over like his oracles, and they're trying to gain this power, and like they're Roman emperors that somehow have gotten immortality or as close to immortal as possible, and now they're trying to take over the world. And so Apollo is trying to, with the help of some demigod friends, stop the end of the world essentially,
Okay.
but without his godly powers. He is literally a boy. He's just a boy. And
Literally just a boy.
he's literally just a boy. And he is so obnoxious in the first book. Like he definitely grows as a character. But you know, like he lived as a god, so he was all like puny mortals and you can do this
Yeah.
and that for me, and like why you can't bask in my glory, like, you know, he's like so obnoxious, and he really really grows, and Rick Riordan is just so good at these character arcs. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna make me like Apollo at the end of this? He was so awful at the beginning.
Right.
Like, it's so good. So
Wizardry, man.
yeah, fun times. And then I read All Out, which is an anthology. The subtitle is The No Longer Secret Stories of Queer Teens Throughout the Ages. So it's kind of like historical fiction, but some of them are like historical fantasy, some are more speculative, but it's all very historical, and they're just kind of queer stories of, you know, these queer teens living in different times and the trials and tribulations that they dealt with. Because as we know, queer people have always been here and they've always been struggling. And
What?
I know.
Are you serious?
Isn't that crazy?
I thought they were just like, today.
Yeah, like, no,
They showed up the same time as Donald Trump.
Right. They
cause
only
problems.
So yeah, no, it was fun. It was a cute little anthology. Dahlia Adler was one of the contributors, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna read that. It's also apparently a part of a series of anthologies, like just queer anthologies. I'm like, oh, okay, I might read the other ones. So I thought that was really cute. It's edited by Sandra Mitchell, in case anybody wants to look that up. Of course, we will also be linking that in the episode description, but just in case you don't want to go look, I have now told you. And I am like an hour away from finishing For Our Next Song by Jessica James. It's right at all, like everything's fallen apart, and I'm like, God damn it, I have to stop. I have to stop. My bad. But yeah, needless to say, I'm really enjoying it, and we will talk more about that in just a moment.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much my week. I worked an event last night for Chanel Miller, for her latest novel. If you don't know Chanel Miller, you probably actually do. She was Brock Turner's victim.
Oh shit.
And she wrote a memoir because she was anonymous for many years, when all of that was going down. And she eventually wrote a memoir and outed her own name. She wanted to reclaim, you know, her name and her voice. It's a wonderful, powerful memoir. It's called Know My Name. And it's really, really lovely. And now she writes middle grade novels, and they are phenomenal. She has absolutely captured the middle grade voice. They are magical. So I worked the event last night for her most recent one. I think it's The Moon Without Stars. And it's so, and she is also an artist, so she did like all the artwork for it as well.
Yeah.
And she is such a fucking bright light.
Like, I hope you hugged her on behalf of all of us.
Everybody was hugging her. She was the nicest human being.
You said who she is, and I want to like just cry, vomit, love, like tell her how much like everyone loves her and
yes,
not everyone, because this country is the freaking worst.
No, but it was such a beautiful, amazing. Like, she took time to speak with everybody who came through. Like, we had over 100 people, and she took time to speak to everybody who came through the signing line. She drew little doodles for everybody in their books.
Yeah.
The smile never left her face. And she was just beautiful, absolutely fucking beautiful human being. And she is so fucking funny. She was talking about, she was doing school visits, and she was at like middle schools, and she and the kids would, you know, middle schoolers, they'll snark at you, and she snarked right back at them, and it was the stories she was telling, it was so good. Like, I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her, and her, like, truly, like, her middle grade books, thank God they exist. They're so good. They're so good. Aww. And it was so sweet because this recent book, the newest book, first of all, she found out that day, so yesterday, that it hit New York Times, which was very cool. But it was dedicated to her grandma Anne, who is in her late 90s and was there that night because Palo Alto is her hometown. So it was so cool. It was such a great night. I stood for 2 hours taking photos for everybody
Yeah.
in the signing line, and my back was like, please stop. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but it's for Chanel. I'll do
I will
anything
do
for Chanel.
anything for her.
I
Yeah.
will do anything for Chanel Miller. So that
Love
was
her.
really lovely. She's truly such a beautiful human being. And you know how you do post-it notes with your name if you want it personalized?
Mhm.
So as she's signing, she's talking to people, and anytime she was like, anytime somebody told her something and she like wanted, she would write notes on their post-it notes and be like, oh,
Aw.
this person was this. And like for example, there was this pair, I think they were teachers or librarians or something, and they came through, and one of the girls had like little space buns, and she was talking to them, and then at the end she was like writing notes, and she put little space buns on one of the girls, the name. She's like, okay, I'm gonna remember you. Like, she remembered so many people from previous events that she had
Love
interacted
that.
with. She there was one, I think she was a teacher, but she was Chanel's writing teacher from like many years ago.
Oh,
And like the teacher like didn't, think about it, say anything, but she was talking, and then Chanel's like, no, I know exactly who you are. You taught
yeah.
this class. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, it was
Yeah.
and I was so privileged to be standing there with that woman's phone
Yeah.
capturing all of it. I'm like,
Uh,
it was such a beautiful night. Like, my body was not
love
happy, but it
that.
was a wonderful night.
But your heart
So
was.
my heart was so happy. So
Yeah.
happy. Like, truly, I love her. I would do anything for Chanel Miller. You
Yeah.
guys, please. I go, like, truly, I know we're adults, but like, middle grade hits sometimes.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, I literally just talked about Rick Riordan.
Riordan, yeah.
So yeah, no. If you have the time, you want to read a quick little middle grade book,
do it.
Chanel Miller, man. She kills it. So that was my week.
It's
Yeah.
a good week.
Yeah.
Do you have a fictional boyfriend from this week? Is it Apollo?
No. 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 He's still annoying at the end. He just grew to be less annoying. No, it's Roma Montikov.
What?
We're so shocked. Roma? Who? Yeah, no, it's Roma Montikov, obviously.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, mine's obviously Alex Nielsen. I've been screaming about this man being a god tier book boyfriend since 2021. He
Right.
carried her down a mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
No, that's so valid.
love him. I need
Perfect.
to reread People We Meet on Vacation.
That's why
actually.
I think that's why I haven't watched it
In
yet,
like
because
5 years.
I want to reread it first and just
Yeah.
be like I know it's not going to be a faithful adaptation, like completely faithful, obviously, because
Right.
that's just how it is. But I do just kind of like want to refamiliarize myself with the
Yeah.
source material, and then go into it knowing it's going to be like, I know I'm going to go into it knowing it's going to be different.
Yeah.
So that
It was
will,
super cute either way.
Yeah.
Really
So-
well done.
I mean, I for anybody, I would trust Yulin Kwang. She knows.
Yeah.
She knows. So,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. That sound means we have an intruder alert.
It's an intruder.
You guys, I'm not even gonna explain how much I screamed when we booked this because I was really excited. We have Jessica James here. We're gonna talk about for our next song.
Yay!
Thank you so much for being here. We're so
Thank you so
excited.
much for having me.
All right, so the first thing we always ask is, can you give us an elevator pitch of the book for anybody who hasn't heard of it?
Absolutely. So, for our next song is a sapphic love story about two professional musicians who have spent more than a decade as close friends and collaborators, but have yet to admit they've each been secretly hoping for something more basically the whole time. But now that their band is back together, they're forced to confront those feelings as their personal and professional lives keep bringing them closer, and ultimately they have to decide if their love is ready for the spotlight.
This was
You
like
did
the most perfect elevator pitch that I have
You
ever
did that
heard.
so well. And you didn't
Really
even like
professionally.
truly we've done so many of these, and like I feel like every author panics for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that
how
was
do I
so good.
That was so smooth. You did that so well.
Thank you. I've been talking about this book a lot recently. It just for the timeline for me, it just came out last week. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I, full disclosure, am not done. I have about an hour and a half left in the audiobook, but we thought we were going to lose this puppy today, and we did not, and he's great, but it derailed my reading a little bit.
well, I'm so glad your
Um,
puppy is okay.
he's my heart and soul, so
I've been
thank you.
there. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, I have genuinely no musical talent whatsoever at all, but I am gutted still that you claimed the name Glitterbats because that is such a good band name. Where did it come from? I have to
Oh my
know because
gosh.
it's so good. It's so good.
So if you haven't read For One Night Only, tiny spoiler in the book, the story is that Caleb, one of the lead singers, had just gotten his wisdom teeth out when they were still kids and was watching Twilight with Valerie, his best friend and eventual love of his life. And he was so high on pain meds that he asked if Edward Cullen turns into a glittery bat.
I
And
love
so
it.
that's where they got the Glitterbats band name. In real life, I honestly cannot even remember where the band name came from. At the start of the pandemic, my spouse and I were just like doing a lot of things to entertain ourselves, like keeping a list of random band names, and somehow Glitterbats ended up on there. I don't know if it's like glitter because I'm a Swiftie, or like we were watching season 4 of Stranger Things, and like there's
The
like a whole
bat,
bat thing
Demobat,
going on,
yeah.
devastating demo bats.
Uh,
But yeah, so somewhere it just ended up being like me mashing words together, and I'm like, if I ever write a book about a rock band, it's going to be the Glitter Bats, and then I did, and then that's the book that sold. So
I
I
here we
love
love
it so. I felt like Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec, like new band name. I can't call it.
it.
It's so good.
It is so good.
thank you.
So what was what was the inspiration for the story as a whole? I know this is technically like I guess a sequel, but not really a sequel because they can stand alone, but like for kind of this world, this band.
Yeah, so I have a background in music. My bachelor's is actually in music, and I spent a lot of time in those collaborative spaces. Like I did classical, I did jazz in another life that I'm not any doing anymore. I did a lot of like church music, and so I've done like a lot of different music with a lot of different people at different times in my life. And I was really missing those collaborative spaces. This was like a book that I wrote at this pretty much in the midst of the pandemic still. And I was really missing like making music and being around people. And so all of the art I was consuming was all about music. Like I got super into Julie and the Phantoms. I rewatched Smash. I like read
It's a good one.
Daisy Jones and the Six. So just like all these things that I love about music, and music has always kind of seeped into my writing, but I never like wrote a musician book until this one. I had this idea that had been floating around about child stars and some kind of romance, but it didn't quite feel like a Jessica James book. But I had another romance that wasn't selling that my agent had taken out. And so she's like, just work on whatever makes you happy. And so I just like mashed all my favorite tropes together and decided it was going to be a musician romance and kind of chased joy. And that's where the Glitterbats came to be. And once I knew who they were and like had created this found family of this band, the story just kind of blossomed from there.
I
I
love that.
love
I love
it.
them so
Yeah,
much.
and they're all so like sweet and magical and perfect, but then there's also like Jane in particular, like her backstory and her childhood. So I grew up in the South, but and I was raised in the Episcopal Church, and the Episcopal Church prides themselves on being allies and
Hmm.
like standing out differently from a lot of churches in the South. But I grew up around churches and families like hers. And I think you nailed the religious trauma that is bred into scenarios like the ones that they're in and relationships. How emotional was that writing process for you to know you had to put in such a sad and like parents who don't get it and don't accept like who their child is?
Yeah, it was definitely really emotional. There's this line in For One Night Only where I just like offhand say Jane's parents are the scary kind of religious, and I knew exactly who she was when I said that. I'm ex-evangelical, and so
Mhm.
like I have lived in those spaces every single sentence her parents say is something I've actually heard an evangelical parent say to her about their child. And
Mhm.
so like none of that is a caricature. That is like things that I've explicitly said, like explicitly heard people say. And I just know that for so many folks, whether or not they're queer folks, but especially queer folks, like coming out of those spaces, it gives you really complicated relationships with your family, with your body, with your sexuality, just like how you interact with the world. So even though Jane like isn't ashamed of who she is, there's still a lot of fear of being authentic because of all of that trauma. But it was really cathartic to write through it, but also just like my heart broke for her. I didn't want to make that story as devastating as it ended up being, but it ended
Yeah,
up being what I feel like was necessary for the character.
for sure.
Yeah. And I
No,
feel
I'm
like
with
it's
you. I've heard,
so, yeah, so real, so
yeah.
relatable for unfortunately so many people. I didn't grow up in the church, or in any sort of religion really. But like I went to school and all of my friends were Mormons.
Mm.
And so a lot
Yeah.
of them are deconstructing that right now actively. And so I see that like trauma. Luckily their parents are lovely people and
Yeah.
wouldn't say things like that. But like I've seen it around. And so like reading it in this book was like, oh man, like you really nailed it
Yeah. And like
on the
growing
head.
up, because I
Hmm.
have like Southern Baptist folks
Hmm.
around me, and they're some of them are lovely, but you would go to church like with your friend every now and then because you spent the night for Saturday night, and like the parents make them get up and go, and it would be like it didn't matter what the sermon was about. It could be Mother's Day, it could be Arbor Day, it could be just a random Sunday. Didn't matter what the sermon was about. There was always going to be, but if you're homosexual, you're not getting into heaven. And it's like I thought we were talking about moms. Like what are you doing? It's such a weird fascination
Yeah.
with like
Mhm.
I don't know. It just it's mind-blowing, and you nailed it. You
Yeah.
nailed exactly how those people are. It's awful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely it was tough to write, but
I'm
yeah,
sure.
I
I'm
just hope that
sure.
if like readers connect with it and they feel seen,
Yeah.
that means a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you know? So this is the second time that we're seeing these characters. Did you know who they all were when you went into book one? And so then when you were writing book two, it was a little bit easier to kind of flesh them out a little bit more, or were you still rediscovering like Jane and Keely as you were writing book two?
Yeah, I definitely learned new things about Jane and Keely as I was diving into their love story, but from book one, I really had locked in like who each of these people were to each other. Book one, the inner dynamics of the band are a lot messier because they haven't been a band for 6 years. And um, as I was kind of fleshing that out, their personalities came through, but there was definitely still like, we haven't actually seen like Keely in her apartment or like Jane working on her composing stuff, which was like kind of where her career had gone when the band had broken up. And so a lot of that was discovering things about them, but I pretty much still knew who they were. That was the first thing. I knew who the bandmates were, and then all of the story came from there.
I
They
love
are
it.
so funny to me. Like I have to tell you, I scared my dogs because I cackled out loud. One of the I can't remember who said it because I was listening to the audiobook and doing some work, but she said there are worse things I could do. Just call me Stockard Channing. I nearly died. Like, do you hilarious. Do they like just bring out these like hilarious pop culture reference jokes when you're writing? Like, do you plan to say these things, or did like the characters just hit you with them and you're like, oh God, that is so funny?
I don't necessarily plan the pop culture references. I like knew I wanted to write a book rich with pop culture references. I'm like, if it's dated, it's dated. Like pop punk itself is a pop culture reference. And so, um, but the specific ones, my spouse is actually listening to the audiobook right now, and he has told me multiple times, he's like, I feel like this was when your nerdiness slipped in.
I love
And
it. Like
I
they
grew
have
up on
such good taste
Grease.
in
So
music.
Yeah.
I did too. My mom, if I got in trouble, for something, I wasn't grounded, I wasn't like hit, they would take my Grease VHS tape. And that was where like how to hit me where it really hurt. It was like, you can't watch Grease for the week. What am I
What do
supposed to
you
do now?
mean? I love
That's
it.
amazing. And
Yeah.
also devastating.
I know it's awful. It's horrible.
Oh my goodness. I so early on in the book, I think most people would when they're reading this, but like I couldn't help thinking about like why don't they pull a Taylor Swift and re-record everything? And then, later on that is addressed. But was this kind of, I guess, connection something that you were like concerned about as you were writing it? Like not necessarily in like a bad that people would make that connection or like a good way, like just was that something that was entered your mind at all? Because I feel like that, I mean, for me, I feel like that's the most prominent version of it. I know that they talk about in the book, like several artists have done that, but Taylor Swift, I feel like, is the one that is most popular, most known to have done that.
Yeah, I think I didn't intentionally set out for them to plan to re-record. That kind of became like what I felt like was necessary for the story and a solution for them to be able to reclaim their music. There was that concern, which is again why I like included the bit of research that I had done because I was like, if Taylor Swift is the only person who's done this, this cannot be the solution.
Yeah.
But
Right.
from my own background, I knew that artists had done this before, and so like it's actually very common. Just often, or it has been throughout like the amount of time that there has been a music industry, it has been like relatively common for this to happen, and so um, that's kind of how I was able to feel good about it because I don't like there are quite a few Taylor Swift references in the first book, but like I don't want these to feel like Swiftie romances because I didn't
Yeah.
base anybody on anybody. Like Valerie is not Hayley Williams. People have asked me that. She is not Hayley Williams. Hayley Williams is so much nicer than Valerie. I'm sure, even though I've never met her. But yeah, so I definitely didn't want to like be like, oh, she just did this because of Taylor Swift. But of course there's that concern because she's such like a cultural icon, especially in this moment.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I love that you
Um,
like incorporated that because like I said, I didn't know that that was more common than, what we know. So I love that you included that. Like they're like, "Oh, I did research and I did and this and this and this." And I was like, that's such like a nice little detail.
Thank you.
yeah. Okay. Who are your top five favorite like pop punk emo bands? Because
Oh
there's a
my
lot of good ones in the book.
gosh. Oh my gosh. That's like,
It's,
oh,
it's
You
the
gotta choose your
worst.
favorite child.
that's gonna break my brain a little bit. I mean, Paramore is always gonna be the top for me. I'm like so obsessed with Paramore. Because I was an ex-church kid, even though they're not quite, maybe we'll call them like Reliant K is always gonna
Love Reliant
be
K.
in
Yeah. I
there.
mean, you can love them and not love the church.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean, I
they're
mean,
there.
I think they like legitimately seem like decent people.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's a Sadie Hawkins dance reference in the book because it's a very
Yeah.
unapologetic. Um, I have always loved Panic at the Disco, like at the earlier albums as a kid. Those were just like, I don't know that I was, it's not that my parents didn't allow me to buy like secular music. We were never that strict of a household, but I like felt like I wasn't allowed to, but I would always like listen to Panic and like Green Day in my friends' cars and be like really into it.
Hmm.
Like Green Day, obviously, like they're just like kings.
Yes. My uncle had a Green Day garage band when I was like 4. And so I was running around singing When I Come Around as like a baby.
That's amazing.
All right, you
Um,
got one more at
I got
least. You can
one
keep going.
more. I hadn't listened to them a lot, but because I was trying to like get myself into the specific era the Glitter Bats were going to be in, I really got into like 5 Seconds of Summer when I was researching the
Okay.
book, and so they're quite featured on my secret Glitter Bats playlist as well.
I would love to see that playlist. That would be so good.
It's chaotic, but it's out there.
I love that. I love when a book has a playlist, especially when it's like a
Yeah.
music book. It's like I
Yeah.
want to see everything that was going on in your head while you were
Yeah.
writing.
I can hear the book and I can hear the book.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big part of my writing process. I always like have to come up with some kind of mood board or aesthetic, and I have to have a playlist. It helps me like visualize and think in the world of the book when I'm not physically in my book. Like I'll put on a playlist instead of my audiobook when I'm like driving around or doing chores, just so I can like keep thinking about like the characters and the situations. And it's just kind of a little tool that I use that has
Yeah,
helped me a lot.
that's cool.
Love it. So I know that you had mentioned that you know, have a background in music, but there are some more, I guess, maybe not technical, but it just seems like there's more behind the scenes stuff of like the entertainment industry as we see Jane, you know, writing and doing music for productions like that. Do you have any kind of background in that, or was that more of like I had to research and see kind of what that process looks like?
Yeah, I had vague knowledge just by nature of like what I do and who I know, but I definitely didn't have like firsthand experience. I know people who have recorded things, but I don't know like anything about how the industry actually works. So there was a lot of research that I did up front, just to understand like what this even looks like and how like contracts work. Yeah.
I mean,
That's fair.
that's the like it's great for a story, but like having to know that like day to day, like having that be, oh,
Mhm.
that's boring. Yeah.
It's like the contract can't just be vibes. I
Yeah.
mean, it definitely. I am no lawyer, and I'm sure I made mistakes, but I did as much research as I could.
So what is like, I know you touched on it with like a playlist and mood board and all that, but what is your writing process actually like? Are you a plotter, pantser? Are you a plantser?
I am a reformed pantser who has decided plotting is the only thing that keeps me sane. I have started using some kind of beat sheet whenever I'm outlining a book. So I don't necessarily like outline each and every part of every scene. I have friends who write like 15, 20,000 word outlines, and that is not me.
Mhm.
But I usually use like an Excel spreadsheet and I have like the beat, the chapter, the POV, and like what happens in the scene. And it's like 1 to 3 sentences of a description. Um, and that just gives me kind of a guideline so I don't completely go off the rails because I will go off the rails into a tangent if left to my own devices.
I
I love that you
spreadsheets are
know
the
that about
way to my,
yourself.
yeah. Spreadsheets are truly the way to my heart. So I'm just like, I think I just fell in love with you a little bit. Sorry.
I'll take it.
Okay, so I can't help myself and I need to know, Riker and MK,
Mhm.
are we getting anything? I haven't finished the book either, so I don't know if their whole dynamic gets touched on any further than it is from where I'm at, but are they getting a story or anything like that? Is that
I
something you can talk about?
I would love an opportunity to continue the story and write about Riker and MK. I do have an idea for it and an outline. It's not currently something that is in the works. That's not a secret. Like I don't secretly have a secret third book going on right now. We were contracted for the 2 books and that's it right now. But if I ever get the opportunity in the future to tell their story, whatever that looks like, I am going to take it and run with it because I love them so much. They were inspired by um, Andrew Garfield and Amelia, whose last name I'm going to butcher. Um, but before Chicken Shop Date, there's like one beautiful interview of them on a red carpet, and I was just like, I want to write this dynamic.
Yeah.
I love that. That is
Uh,
so cute. So what I'm hearing is I need everybody to go buy for one night
yeah.
only and for our next song so that we can tell the publisher that we want more.
Yes. That
Everybody
part.
hear that? Go do that.
Do
Okay?
That's
it.
what
Thanks.
every writer hopes for.
I'm like, everybody
Yeah.
go do that right now, please. Please. I need it.
Okay, so we promise we won't keep you forever, but we do
Okay, fine.
have a few questions that we ask all of our guests. This is where everything you've ever consumed, every bit of media leaves your brain.
Yep.
So the first question is we have a segment on the podcast that we call Fictional Boyfriend of the Week. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend. Karen's had a fictional granny. I've had a fictional son. But do you have any fictional characters, could be in movies, TV, books, video
Video
games,
game.
whatever, where you're like, that is my comfort character, that is my love of my life, that is my best friend that we need to know about?
I have to say Peeta Malark.
Yes.
I love
Yes,
him
the goat.
so
Yes.
The
much.
goat.
Yes.
I reread The Hunger Games every few years because the series itself is kind of a comfort series for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I always love him, but then we get to If It Weren't for the Baby, and I just like have to scream and
Yes.
stop what I'm doing. And I'm just like, this
Yes.
I
man
know.
is
Okay, so
everything.
funny thing. So I only recently read them within the past couple of years, like for the
Yeah,
first
she
time.
read them for the
And
first
so
time, like
she
on the
was
podcast.
she texted me something. She's like, wait until you get to, I'm just waiting for you to text me. And I had no idea what she was talking about because I hadn't read them
I was
before.
like, the moment is coming.
And I get there and I was like, what just happened?
The
It's
man that man is.
good. And like, yeah, that is,
Mhm.
he is truly the GOAT. Like we do an annual like awards where we like pick our top three of whatever. And I was like, I'm sorry, I reread The Hunger Games this year. It's Peeta Malark. Like,
Yeah.
there's no competition. It's Peeta. It's always
Yeah,
Peeta.
always
And
Peeta.
I agree. Like it's crazy because it's like it's so dystopian and it's like children are dying literally, but also like it's such a comfort series.
Oh, I
Because
watched it literally the day the election results came out.
yeah,
I was nothing but feral rage, and I was like, I need to watch The Hunger Games and like
yeah, I
know that
know.
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna end up being okay in the end.
Right.
I
Katniss is
get
out there.
that.
It's gonna be awful, but
Katniss and
we're
Peter
gonna
are
be
out
okay.
there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, they're actually The Hunger Games. So without like explicitly saying my age on the podcast, I read The Hunger Games in college, and that's kind of what got me back into reading for fun because I was also an English minor to the extent that I basically have half an English major. And so like I'd just been reading classics and textbooks, and a friend of mine loaned me the trilogy before the first movie came out, and I read them all in a weekend.
Mhm.
And I was just like, this is just good shit. And
Yeah.
like,
So
this is
great.
literature. Why are we not studying this?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Have you
Yeah.
seen
I
the teacher who's like reading it, who read it with her like high schoolers?
Yes.
Oh,
oh,
love her.
Her
that's
reels are so good. I'm like, you are teaching the next generation taste, and they're just
Yes.
going to be so much
yes.
better for this.
Yes. Okay, so this kind of segues really nicely into our next question that we always ask is that we know that we love and are obsessed with yearbooks, but we would love to know, what are you reading? What are you recommending right now?
Doesn't have to be current reads, but like favorite
Yeah,
books.
or that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, currently, the most recent like new upcoming book that I read and loved was Every Version of You by Natalie Messier. And it is about a young, I guess she gets young eventually, a woman who dies with so much regret that she's given an opportunity to start over at any point in her life. And she decides to go back to the college party where she met her best friend in the hopes she can win his heart before he meets his future wife.
Oh no.
It is so good. The writing is gorgeous. It like the story is messy and funny. I cried, I swooned. There's like twists that made me gasp out loud and like have to stop and like process. It's so wonderful, and I'm like so excited for it to be out in the world so people can enjoy it because this book
Oh
is just like
man.
amazing.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that the other thing that has just been like consuming my life is Heated Rivalry.
I need to read
Um,
them.
I
Yeah.
know, same.
yeah,
I don't want to watch it until I've read the books. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to read the books and then I will watch it and I'll be on the train.
I read them out of order and I regret it. Like read them in order, it's worth it. And they're very quick reads. Like I zipped through them pretty fast, and I haven't been a fast reader lately, but those like I think like from a craft perspective, it's the best sports romance I've ever read. Um, just like
Okay.
really compelling. Why can't they be together now? The sports are actually like deeply a part of the stakes. And then the show is just like beautiful. And so that's been kind of all consuming and taking me away from my arc reads.
I
Because I
love
had
it.
to reread them after the show.
That's
I
so
love
valid,
that.
though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, last question. What comes next? What like can you tell us anything about like what's coming down the pipeline from you?
I don't currently have anything that I can share. But like follow me on Instagram. That's where any updates will be when they do come out. If you've read For Our Next Song and have it picked up for one night only, but want to see more of the band, like check that out. They
Yes.
both have really fun audiobooks that are multicast. So like I feel really lucky that that got to happen.
Yes, I love the audiobooks. I
Yeah.
listen to For One Night Only, and I'm currently listening to For Our Next Song, and I'm just like, they're so well produced. They're so
That's so great to hear.
Loving it. I'm almost like I said, I'm almost done. Love
I
it.
know, I'm so
Love it,
close.
love
I
it.
was literally just saying, I'm like an hour away from it being ending, and like everything has gone to hell, and I'm dying because I'm like, I want to talk to Jessica, but I also want to finish this book. What do I do? So I'm very excited to like get back to it as soon as we're
She's
done
like
here.
hang up and
I'm like,
get back
I
to
just
it.
keep staring at my phone. I'm like, okay, we're almost there, honey.
Well, spoiler alert, it's a romance, so they do get a happy ending. So I promise that the absolute hell that I put you through will be resolved.
Man,
Worth
they
it.
man, do they go through it. I'm like religious trauma, like evil outing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I wanna punch that guy in the face. Like, what the
Yeah,
Ugh,
if I ever continue the story, Ryan Tate is gonna fucking get it.
please. Thank you.
I hate him by name alone.
Right? That's so
It is a
true.
pretty evil name, but yeah,
So true.
that's I'm that's on the
I
list.
Love it. Love it. Well, this is the part where we do have to give you a little bit of bad news. And that is because you have been on the podcast now. You are actually legally obligated to come back for any future book releases. We're so sorry.
Well, oh
sorry.
darn, because I would absolutely love to come back because it's been so fun.
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. I said it already once before, but I'm gonna say it again so that everybody, ooh, I just hit my mic. Everybody listens, okay? We're gonna go out and we're gonna go buy a copy of For Our Next Song. We're gonna go buy a copy of For One Night Only, maybe buy extra copies for your friends and family. I need Jessica to write the next one. So I need you guys to go buy these books so that the publisher is like, okay, we will give you the contract. Those
Do
crazy
it
girls on
now.
that podcast, they did the thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I hope that the epilogue of For Our Next Song still gives you some resolution, but I appreciate the plug.
Everybody go. Do it. They're so good. I adore them. I also am just like it makes me so giddy that the covers of both books are just so like bi-coded.
Beautiful.
They're
Yes.
gorgeous
Yep.
and I'm just like, "Oh, I love them. I love
I when I saw the cover for One Night Only, I was like, you've got to be joking. Like
them."
this is
Right.
just
Is
It's
this
it's just
real life?
yes.
stunning. And then you
I
get the next one and you're like, well, what is happening?
Yeah, I was so lucky. Carolina Fenway Rodriguez did them and just like her artwork on both of them, it just takes my breath away. I love it so much.
They're so great. Thank you so much, Jessica, for being here. This has been so much fun.
So much fun. My face hurts.
Yes.
Mine too. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so glad you were able to do this. We're so glad that these books exist because they're phenomenal. So
Mhm.
Thank you.
thank you for all of that. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Fingers
That
crossed.
sounds great. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Bye.
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 I
Best.
love her.
I'm so
One of
obsessed
us,
with
one of us, one of us.
Yes, truly. I was like every time Paramore was mentioned in the book, I'm like, oh my God, Jessica, we're
Yep.
best friends.
I know. I know.
Obsessed. Obsessed. Love it. Please go pick up these books. They're so good.
You want to make an announcement?
I do want to make an announcement. I'm very
I have to
excited
like reach
about
weirdly
this.
because somebody's asleep
Oh,
on my hand,
baby.
so
Love
I
him.
can't.
Okay, well, next week, I
I'm
mean,
trying to reach it.
just a little somebody. I don't know if you've heard of her. I don't know if I've ever talked about her. We're talking to freaking Angela Montoya, guys. Carnival Fantastico.
Yay!
I am so excited. I'm actually this
Yay!
Saturday from when we're recording, not from when this episode releases. So when this episode releases, it will have already happened. But this Saturday for me is the influencer event for her book. Her publisher is putting on an event for influencers to celebrate like the release of this book, which I think is so cool. This is the first book
Yeah.
that she has gotten physical arcs of. This is her third book, and it's her first book she's getting physical arcs of. There were
We have them.
they printed so many. We
Really?
gave away so many at Steamy Con because she got hers in the mail and she got 6. And before that, we were like, okay, we'll give one away or one or two. And she's like, I only got 6. We're only giving away one. I was like, that's fine. And so we were prepared to only give away one. And then they had stacks of them for the Underline Had a Room. And they were like, we're going to do speed dating with the authors. And the prize is going to be these. And so they had a bunch and they had some left over. And so they just brought them to the table and they're like, please hand these out. And we're like, oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many.
We'll do
So
it.
I'm really excited to talk to her. I'm really excited to see her. I'm excited for everybody to read the book. It's going to be a good time.
I know I'm excited to read it now that I have a well boy.
Yay.
He's got to
Absolutely.
take it easy, so we'll be spending some time on the couch with this book.
A lot of cuddles.
And
I
the
love
ice
it.
storm on the way.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
gonna-
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be cuddled.
Perfect. Perfect. All right.
All right.
It is time for a spiel. And then we're out of here.
We're out of here. And
Sorry,
I'm gonna make this
We're
dog
gonna
some
leave
chicken.
you.
He's
Just sounds so.
hungry and-
Make this dog some chicken.
Let me tell you, like the listeners will get a kick out of this. I've been feeding him like just boiled chicken and plain rice because he has not refusing food, but he's been really picky about food. He's only he's only eating if he's being hand fed, which he's done his whole life and he doesn't feel great. He has decided that he is anti-rice.
Oh.
And if a piece of rice, because I just like cook the rice and I cook the chicken and I put them in the same Tupperware and like mixed everything
Yeah.
together. If there is a single grain of rice on a piece of chicken, refused.
Oh no.
And if you take let me get this piece of rice off for you, but he's seen it, that piece is dead to me.
That chicken tastes like rice. How dare you?
Princess treatment.
How dare you, mother, give me chicken that
You
has
gave me rice?
a taste of rice on it.
that I like?
That is awful. How dare.
We being mean about you.
No, we
Love him
love
so
you.
much.
Oh my God, he's so cute. I'm obsessed with him. All right. We got to get through this so that he can get his chicken with no
Yes.
rice, okay?
No rice.
Absolutely no rice. All right, friends, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you are listening to us. Follow us on social media. We are at The Incoherent Fangirl on all of the things. Visit our website as well as read our blog. That is where lots of cool stuff is happening. I swear to God, I'm writing, guys. I'm not writing,
proud
but
of
I'm
you.
I'm writing reviews. Who am I? It's great. You can also stream our episodes on our website, so it's a fun place to be. Okay, it's a fun place to be. So go do it.
Yeah.
If you want early access to podcast episodes, full video episodes, bonus content, as well as the opportunity to ask questions of our guests, you should join our Patreon. Go to theincoherentfangirl.com/Patreon and subscribe there. And then we also have merch that Mandy has designed because sometimes she gets bored and she has an iPad and she's like, let me do a thing. And she does the thing and it's super cute. So go to theincoherentfangirl.com/shop and you can go get the thing that she did.
Go get it. Duh. So fun.
How many times did I say the word thing?
Represent us. Come on. You
Do
could
it.
get a Show Dog t-shirt.
That's so true.
He's on there.
That is so true. You could.
He's on there.
You should do it. All right. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, design ideas you want to tell us that we're pretty, give many loves to George Bailey because look at him. He's so cute.
Hi.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I'm gonna meet him one day.
Send us an
Gonna eat 'em
email,
up.
theincoherentfangirl@gmail.com. We love hearing from y'all.
Yes.
And of course, one last way to support the podcast is to rate and review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Please give us your words. We
We
love
love
words
your
here.
words.
You know we love words. So go do that, okay? Okay,
Mhm.
thank you. She is at Mandy Perv on all the things.
She's at Miss Made in China on all the things.
And once you followed us on social media and you followed the podcast on social media, you can head over and visit our internet besties and do some self-care because we highly promote that here, okay? Please take
Yes.
care of yourself. So first up, you're going to visit our friends over at Here Comes the Nerd at herecomesthenerd.com. You're going to get some pins and artsy goodies. Use code FANGIRL and you'll get 20% off your first order.
Then you're going to head over to onceuponabookclub.com. You can subscribe. You can buy some standalone boxes. You can buy some random goodies. And if you use code Karen10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off. But you have to make sure you spell Karen right, or we're going to lock you in a room with Jane's mom for an hour.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Imagine.
No, I
Imagine.
don't want to. That
Yeah.
is awful. Oh,
Spell Karen right, guys.
You know, Jane's mom and Valerie's mom, they both suck real bad. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh, ugh. Don't do it.
Horrible.
Spell my
people.
name right, okay? Please.
Yep.
Thank you. And then you're going to head over and visit Amber D. Lewis at amberdlewis.com. You're going to add a very lovely, wonderful, fantastic fantasy series to your cart. Maybe like 10 copies. I don't know. Maybe 10 of everything that is in the store.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 of everything. Who knows? You've got friends.
Come on.
Go do that. Get all the good stuff. And then you're going to add code Fangirl10 to your cart because then you'll get 10% off of that. And you've saved so much money.
You're welcome. Oh,
You're
are you
so
leaving?
welcome. No. Don't
No,
leave
I'm
us.
just standing up so everybody can see my beautiful face.
That's fair. That's fair. That's so valid.
All right. And last but not least, you can support the show dog. He's got
Yes.
veterinary bills now. I would bleed my bank account dry and every credit card I could find or steal. Okay, so you're going to support the show husband. He is at Born and Josh on all the things. You can go follow his paranormal investigation group at Searchers Believe and at Searchers Podcast. That's our podcast where we talk about spooky and weird things. If you go to searchersbelieve.com/shop, you will also find merch designed by yours truly. And if you use code Fangirl10, you'll get 10% off. Then go subscribe to Beacon TV. It is our, I don't want to say new anymore. It's not new. It's our streaming platform that is paranormal, horror, true crime content. We are back to filming the project with Jack Osborne. We got another really exciting thing in the works for fans of the paranormal that I hate this. I hate when people do this. Can't say anything about it yet, but it's really cool and it's happening soon, probably this year. So yeah, really exciting things happening with Beacon. You can follow at Stream Beacon TV on all the things. And then you, if you'd like to subscribe, go to streambeacontv.com and you can use code Fangirl10 for 10% off your subscription. Last but not least, that little guy.
Nope.
Georgie, really? That little guy over there, Living in the Dead, is my fantasy novel that he co-wrote with me because he was on my chest for 100% of the writing. He will autograph. If you'd like to order a copy, you can get a copy with his paw print in it. So you can go to aepurvis.com. It's on other places, but get it directly from the author where you can have it signed and personalized.
You can have it photographed by George Bailey.
Photographed.
Yes.
We literally stack them up with his little stamp pad and he just I'm like an author handler. I just have them all ready for him on the right page and he just comes in and signs photographs. And if you use code Aaron Warner at checkout, you'll get 10% off because it wouldn't be me if I didn't make something about Aaron Warner. So
that's true. It's very true. If she didn't, she's been body snatched. And that's how we'd know.
Yes, she
That's
has.
how we'd know. All right. That was the Incoherent Fangirl. Thanks for listening. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are sponsored by our friends at Here Comes the Nerd. Pins, stickers, magnets, and more. Here Comes the Nerd has happy art for all fandom-loving hearts. New customers can use coupon code FANGIRL during checkout for 20% off their first order at herecomesthenerd.com. Coupon applies to ready-to-ship items only.